Yeah, this is basically like last year's box office, but last year we at least had Shang-Chi, to basically be number one for like 4 weeks straight. But yep, we have no major movies for a couple weeks, basically, until Wild Wild. Yeah, I consider Wild Wild Crocodile a major movie because it's a movie that appeals towards families. Maybe Don't Worry Darling may be a sleeper hit, maybe, but again, it's not a part of a franchise or an adaptation or a sequel or a prequel. Okay, the highest grossing movie is Barbarian, which again is made by Disney. There is no budget for this movie, so we can't really track if this movie is a box office failure or not. So yep, Barbarian is number one, which again wasn't too hard considering its competition. Next is this movie called Brahmastra Part 1 Siva. This is an Indian movie. Again, I don't go into the budget of these Indian movies, but yeah, this is a Bollywood movie. And apparently these movies are released in America, so yeah. At least the big Bollywood movies. So yeah, next movie is Bullet Train. This movie will make money at the very end of its box office run. It only needs to make $3 million more, and then it'll be a profitable movie, which is very good for this movie, for Sony Pictures as well. Because this movie needs to make around $214.75 million, or say around 214 to break even. It has gonna probably make around 215 plus million, which means this movie is pouring an Elvis basically. Again, I knew word of mouth would help this movie, especially considering it's not a part of a ongoing movie franchise, it's not a part of a reboot, sequel, or it's not a part of a larger movie series or movie franchise. Okay? Or it's not an adaptation or something like that. But this movie outgrows movies like Morbius, DC League of Super Pets, which, yeah, that movie, DC League of Super Pets is even bigger. It's one of the biggest box office bombs so far of this year that we have tracked. But yeah, Bullet Train is a successful movie. Yeah. Next is The Invitation. This movie is now at $0 million made. This movie's gonna make money for whoever made this movie, who made this, Sony Pictures. So Sony Pictures will make money off of this movie. This movie only costed around $10 million to make, and it needs to make $25 million to break even. So they got what they wanted. They had a small but successful movie. This movie is also having pretty good rigs at the box office. This for a non-franchise movie, for not being a part of a franchise. And yeah, this movie has done pretty okay as for not being a part of a franchise. Next is, I think, oh yeah, we skipped Top Gun. Again, Top Gun has made 1.45 billion. I do not think any other movie coming out this year is gonna top this number. Okay? Because the other two movies out, the contenders, are both made by Disney. And Disney has been screwing up the releases the past couple of years. The only two successful movies Disney has made were both Marvel movies. Okay, Thor Love and Thunder, which made $100 million. Actually, also Free Guy. Count Free Guy. Free Guy is the other movie. The Free Guy, we're not counting Spider-Man No Way Home because that's Sony. Okay, but Disney has only had 3 successful movies in the past 3 years. Okay, Shang-Chi is debatable, but Black Widow lost $2 million even with the help of Disney Plus. Okay, help of the Disney Plus Premium, which according to Disney itself made $120 million. Jungle Cruise is a massive financial failure. Okay. The only movie, of course, the only pandemic release that has topped that. Again, we're not really in a pandemic anymore, but yeah, the only movie since of course the revival of the box office was Spider-Man No Way Home. If you exclude that movie, it's Top Gun. There'll of course be Jurassic World Dominion at number 3 at the current moment. I think Black Panther or Avatar 2 may surpass Jurassic World Dominion. Avatar 2, okay, the problem with that movie is that at least 10 years after the first Avatar, and yes, there are some people who are excited for it, but the problem is that it's a general population care. Does the average Joe care about Avatar 2? That is the real question. Does the average Joe care about Avatar 2? Okay, do they care? Okay, do they care? Okay, Black Panther that may make money, but I think because Chadwick Boseman's death, and some people are not gonna watch it because he's not in it. Okay, I think that there's gonna. I think it's gonna be like Four and This could do. It might make $1 billion, but it's gonna do worse than the first movie. That like Four and but it'll still make a lot of money. Okay, still make a lot of money. I think Black Panther will probably make a lot of money at the box office. So the next movie is this movie. This movie is doing abysmally. And it's really mostly the international box office. This movie's doing abysmally internationally. It is having pretty good rigs at the box office, but internationally, it's not doing too well. Internationally, I don't know the international release for this movie, but these are abysmal numbers for DC League of Super Pets. So, does this movie have any international markets left? Or has Australia September 15th? Okay, yeah, it has released in Japan and it's not really made that much money there. Italy, it has not made much money there either. So this movie isn't doing too well either way. Okay, this movie is a failure. This movie has only made 755,000 in Italy. Okay, and Japan, they don't even have numbers for Japan. But yeah, this movie has done abysmally. Abysmally, it's still $50 million loss for DC. I think it'll probably be over, no under 50 million. But yeah, this movie is doing abysmally at the box office. No surprise. Beast, again, this movie I think was a massive misfire. It's having decent rigs, but I don't think it's gonna be enough to save this movie from being a box office failure. This movie looks generic. This is of course, not a part of a franchise. So of course you're not gonna get those people. But we must see Beast. It's a sequel to a movie. It's part of a franchise. No, this movie's not part of a franchise. It's not a sequel, remake, or reboot. And that movie isn't doing too well. Beast needs to make $90 million. Of course, I don't think it's gonna make $90 million domestically. I don't think it's gonna make anywhere close to that at the beginning. Okay, it might have decent rigs. It might have recovered its rigs somewhat, but yeah. Next is Minions: The Rise of Gru. This is not gonna. Sorry, I don't think it's gonna make $1 billion. Okay, the international box office is at all but drying up. And China was a misfire. It didn't really do too well in China, basically. Actually, did pretty well in China. But comparing to other releases, international box office is drying up for this movie. Basically, it got a boost from China. And yeah, basically this movie, I think it's going to probably make 10 to 20 million more dollars internationally. But $900 million is still extremely impressive. Yes, it's not as near as the other billion-dollar releases the last two films are, but $900 million is still extremely impressive for a movie like this. It made way more money than Buzz Lightyear, Turning Red, Luca, Soul, and Onward combined, which are all Pixar releases. Of course, but no, yeah, it made more money than all Pixar's last releases combined. Okay, that's just the most hilarious thing in the world. Minions, okay. Even though, all the Pixar movies got perfect reviews by, the Pixar worshippers who think Pixar's the greatest thing since sliced bread, okay, which they're not, okay, they're not the greatest. Pixar's gone really downhill. If you look at the most recent movies, okay, Onward was good, but again, if you compare it to Ratatouille, okay, or even Wall-E was better than Onward. Wall-E was better than Onward. I think Wall-E is a bit overrated, but I thought Wall-E was a better movie than Minions. Not Minions. Why is a clue? Than Onward. Okay, Coco. No, not Coco. Coco's the Luca. Luca. It was average. That's pretty sad. Okay, which yes. But Luca is just average. Turning Red, we don't speak of that piece of garbage. Okay, and yeah, Soul was really good. Okay, Soul was really good. I forgot about that's the diamond in the rough of Pixar's downfall. And Right Yo, yeah, Right Yo, I haven't seen it. I don't plan on seeing Right Yo, considering how bad Turning Red was. How abysmal Turning Red was. And everybody say that Right Yo is just a cheap knockoff of Star Wars anyways. Okay, and I don't care about Elemental or, Yo-Yo or whatever the hell the fuck that is. Yeah, don't give a shit about any of that stuff, okay? Elemental they're making it Inside Out too. They're gonna probably make Wiley into an SJW or something because that's what Disney. That's the what the woke gods demand Pixar to do. That they could probably do something like that. Okay, man, the rain is getting worse outside. It is. It's still raining. Spider-Man: No Way Home. They re-released this movie into the theaters. This movie, the re-release and the theaters have done pretty okay. Okay, not I think it's not doing as it's doing what is expected. Basically, they added some extra stuff. The huge Spider-Man fans went to go see it in the theater again. And yeah, this movie has it's Spider-Man: No Way Home. We don't really need to talk about that movie much more. Next is Crawdad saying this movie has become a huge sleeper hit at the box office. $122 million at the box office. So yeah, people who like this movie should be very happy that this movie is a box office success, not a failure, basically. Okay, this movie, yeah, made $30 million at the box office. For Thunder again, this movie isn't really doing too well. Again, I think this and Jurassic World Dominion, they're gonna take it to like the end of the day to update the international sales. Because they have not updated this or Jurassic World Dominion's international sales at all. And Jurassic World Dominion probably has passed $1 billion already, but they have not updated the international sales. Same thing with Thor and Thunder. Because these movies are so far in release, like if Doctor Strange was, they stopped update. They don't really update the international sales of the rest of the movies. It's the same thing with Jurassic World Dominion and other movies as well. Okay, this movie is far into its release as well. They updated Nope worldwide, which this movie needs to make $5 million more to break even. Will it make the $5 million more to break even? Well, it hasn't really. It had done okayest internationally, 43 million, but it needs to make 5 million more to break even at the box office. I wonder if it will break even, but yeah, Nope, I think might break even. Also, Elvis, yeah, another movie they haven't updated the international sales for. They only updated domestic sales for. I think Elvis will make another 2 or 3 million left. And yeah, Jurassic World Dominion, they have not updated the Japanese sales and other international sales for this movie as well. Because they update the Japanese sales for this movie. And this was on Friday, 43 million, and they have updated their sales. And this movie, and it's doing just as well as Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom in Japan. Japan, it's very weird in Japan. It's all the movies typically have pretty good ratings in Japan. No matter what they release there, the movie usually has pretty good ratings. Unlike China, where make the most money in the first week, or it is in America. But nope, it's about the ratings in that country, basically. Yeah. And yeah, this is the way. This is how the movie has been doing. Basically, it is slowing down in Japan. Made only $3 million more, which is actually better than it was the last week. So yeah, it's gonna make a couple million more dollars in Japan, which will of course push it to the edge of its box office performance as well. So yeah, this movie is gonna make a couple million more in Japan. They haven't updated this week's Japan. Japan hasn't updated the box office yet. That's obvious. Japan hasn't updated the box office yet, which is pretty obvious. But yeah, I think Jurassic World Dominion will make $1 billion at the end, which means it'll be the second movie, and maybe the second movie to hit $1 billion. But yep, that is about the box office here, and yep, that's basically about this video. Goodbye.